Well, firstly, Mr. Ali, congratulations on becoming a presidential candidate for Guyana. That's exciting news, especially for such a young person as yourself. But before we get into the questions that everybody wants to know about the president, tell me a little bit about yourself. Who is Irfan Ali?
Irfan Ali is a humble soul. My parents were both in the educational system. My mom retired as a deputy chief education officer. My dad as a headmaster in Guyana. My grandmother was very instrumental in the political movement. Sakina Mohammed, she was one of the early women leader of the PPP. I myself have, although by age I'm young, I'm in leadership position, various leadership position in the party or an arm of the party for more than 20 years. I entered parliament in 2006. I also worked as a technician, professional career.
What kind of technician?
Well, as my professional career as a technocrat with the Caribbean Development Bank Project Implementation Unit at the Ministry of Finance. I worked in the State Planning Secretariat in the Regional Planning Division, and then I went into the Cabinet as Minister of Housing and Water, and also simultaneously held the portfolio for tourism, industry, and commerce. I also love cricket. I must say, you may not believe that based on what you see now. When I was very fit, I'm still fit, but extremely fit. I was a good cricketer. I played volleyball. I attended St. Stanislaus College, so I was part of the national debating team that eventually became the national champions. School, I ran the distance race, so I had my fair bit of a rounded experience growing up, and even today, I still enjoy a good cricket game on the field.
Awesome. So you were 38 years young,
Yeah.
but what you just told us, your resume seems like a much more experienced, older, knowledgeable man. I mean, growing up in the household that you did,
Yeah.
you were around politics, you were around education. So I would say you were being molded as a child, and even the past 20 years being in the political party.
We grew up in an environment that was very politically conscious, socially conscious, and did a lot of work in the community. So, and then I was part of a number of youth groups. So, it allowed you exposure. At a very young age, when you're exposed to different scenarios in society and life, it drives you in a particular direction. And it drove me into wanting to be part of the PYO, and that then ignited interest in me to serve my country at a political level, and then hence here I am.
What would you change when you become president that would give the people of Guyana confidence that this is the party that they want to continue to vote for and to have in power?
Well, first of all, I come from a party with a very solid history. We fought a dictatorship for 28 years, and we came into government. We changed the entire outlook of our country. We improved every sector. We created hope. We created opportunity. We expanded housing, fixed healthcare, expanded education. We rebuilt the infrastructure. We brought down our debt we were spending 98 cents on every dollar revenue to service debt. When we left government, we were spending less than 5 cents on every dollar to service debt. Our international reserves was nothing. We brought it to 680 plus million US dollars. That is what we did. We improved the lives of people. We distributed more than 120,000 house lots. And we did it based on manifestos over the years that were that gave targets that were achievable, targets that were realistic. We never lied to the people as to what we'll deliver to them. So we were there for 23 years after coming out of 28 years of dictatorship. And the life change. Those who know Guyana would agree that life changed drastically. And then the APNUFC came into office on a manifesto that they made promises. Now, as far as I'm concerned, a manifesto is a social contract between you and your people. You promised the people this in the manifesto, so you have an obligation to deliver. What we are seeing from this government is that they're now separating themselves from the manifesto, distancing themselves from the manifesto. They promised not only to keep sugar, but to expand the sugar estates. Today they have closed the estates. More than 7,000 persons in the sugar industry directly went are without jobs. And this does not take into consideration the communities themselves that are suffering. They promised jobs for young people. No job, check the cabinet. More than 37,000 persons are without jobs today. They promised expanded health care. We have gone back to a situation now where we have chronic shortages of basic drugs. They promised an improved educational system. So I think the government now went into the election the last time with an intention to lose, so they just made wild promises.
With an intention to lose.
Yeah, because they never thought that they would win. So because they made wild promises and they have not been able to they haven't kept a single promise.
I want to interject you there. The statement that you made that they thought that they were going to lose. Did you think that party was going to lose?
Yes.
So how did you feel when they won?
Well, that is debatable. We still have a case in court, a challenge, an election petition that has not been heard. But notwithstanding that, we are a very democratic party. We believe in democracy. And so, notwithstanding that, we said, okay, we respected them at that point. But now, the situation is different. So, I was saying to you that they are now distancing themselves from that promise. So people have lost trust in them. I mean, you're talking about coming from where we were in the last 23 years. In the last 4 years, we have lost more than half of our foreign reserves. Our gold reserves has moved from 25 billion to 3 billion. I think the Guyanese people had a chance to see two different governments, especially young people. They're able now to analyze, because they would have heard their parents speak about things.
Sure.
But they have a personal experience now, and they can analyze exactly who are better for Guyana at this moment, which team is better. And let me say, this is not about Irfan Ali. I believe strongly in a team that does not only comprise of PPP, a team that comprises of pulling together the best human resources we have in the country to build a Guyana that is strong, resilient, offer opportunities for every single segment of the population, promote national unity, enhance the welfare of people, provide employment opportunity, create a sense of hope, and encourages people to feel as if the country has aspirations for them in the future.
Wonderful. Viewers, we are here with Irfan Ali, who is the PPP presidential candidate. We're learning a lot about this young man who will soon be the president of Guyana. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to learn a little bit more about his plans for the future.
Reliant Tax and Business Solutions is a full-service tax preparation and accounting firm staffed with CPAs, enrolled agents, and attorney for all your legal matters. Need your refund in a hurry? We offer refund in advance loan. Walk in with your W-2 and walk out with a check. Our tax law expert resolve your tax problems as we offer tax settlement options. Going through financial hardship? We offer loan modifications, short sales, and bankruptcy. Reliant is open 7 days a week. Visit our office at 107-05 Rockaway Boulevard, Ozone Park, New York 11417. Or visit us on the web, www.relianttaxes.com.
When looking at places that cares for the elderly, My Indian Nursing Home is that perfect place. We provide a clean and safe family environment with culturally experienced and qualified medical staff on site, such as doctors, nurses, physical therapists, and cooks. All of our residents can celebrate cultural festivities and have access to recreational programs with Indian TV, music, live shows, entertainment, and so much more. For the perfect place for comfort, culture, and care, bring your parents to My Indian Nursing Home, a home away from home.
Hi, I'm Dr. Priya, and welcome to Precious Smiles Medical Care, a wonderful place to make sure that all of your child's medical care needs are met. We take care of kids as young as newborns all the way up until their adolescent years till they turn 18. We provide in-house vaccines and in-house lab facilities so that you don't have to take them anywhere else. So come in, let us be your partners in care at Precious Smiles Medical Care, where every kid leaves with a smile.
Viewers, we are back here with Mr. Irfan Ali, who is the PPP presidential candidate for Guyana. We're learning so much more about this young man and about his plans for Guyana. Mr. Ali, a few weeks ago, there was a historic event that happened in Guyana.
Yeah.
The no confidence vote was placed in favor of the PPP. This changed Guyana, caused a lot of mayhem, a lot of ruckus, and this particular situation is why we're here today, because in a few days we will be having an election in Guyana where you may be cast as the new president of Guyana. How did you feel when the no confidence vote was in favor for the PPP?
Well, first of all, let us go back for a second. We had a local government election, and more than 65% of the people voted for the PPP. Mm-hmm. So that was a strong message to the government. Listen, we are tired. We are tired of what you're placing us through. Mm-hmm. We don't have confidence in you. And we had a moral and a political responsibility to take that no confidence to the parliament. We took it, we made our arguments, and the vote was won. And based on the constitution, the government fell. And 90 days after that day, elections are supposed to be held. The government that came into office on the horse of being the champion for constitutional rights and respect for the rule of law are now running away from the Constitution, are hiding from the constitutional provision of having elections, which is dangerous. It is dangerous because you are in a modern society that is driven by adherence to the Constitution and the rule of law. And here is where you have, in a democratic country, a government that seems not interested in adhering to the constitutional provisions. So after March of the 20th, if there is no elections, then we are in serious crisis. We are in the constitutional crisis.
Is that something that you think would actually happen?
Well, the court has ruled that, listen, you have to resign and you have to have these elections. But we have seen that the government has been sending mixed signals, mixed messages. And I think that GCOM is not fulfilling its responsibility by getting itself prepared for the elections. And that has to do with signaling. So the government needs to immediately send the signal that elections is on this date. The only way the date can be extended is if the government and opposition agrees and go back to Parliament and extend it to a specific date. But as we are concerned right now, that date is not beyond March the 20th.
What do you think would happen if they do try to extend that date?
Well, if the government does not stick to the Constitution, and all the arms and branches of government have spoken, then the international community is looking on, and the country will be placed at risk. Think about investors. Investors will not invest in an environment that is unstable, political instability. And not only political instability, because you are going to be doing business with a government that ceased to exist, a government that is there illegitimately. So your contract and whatever agreement you make cannot be honored because you're dealing with a government that is there illegitimately. And the opposition has made this point. We have also briefed the international community, the lending agencies, in relation to resources lent during this period.
Let's touch upon resources a little bit. Recently, oil was found in Guyana. The entire world is talking about this new found. What does this mean to you? I know the PPP government was the first party to have the developments and the projects with the oil, and then PNC came in and signed off.
You know, I see oil as a bonus. We were able to develop Guyana, take Guyana out of the crisis it was in without oil. We came out successfully from one of the worst financial crises in the world without oil and with positive economic growth. By the time we left office, we were known as one of the fastest growing economies in the region.
Yeah.
Right? We recorded positive growth for 10 consecutive years. And that is without oil and gas. Oil and gas is a great incentive, it's a blessing to the country. It opens up new areas, it opens up more resources to the country that can be used for greater expansion of other segments of the economy. But we cannot look at oil and gas in a vacuum. Oil and gas without understanding the nature of the traditional sectors, the opportunities of the traditional sectors, and what we can do to enhance the prospect of those sectors cannot be ignored. So I rather speak to you about agriculture, about mining, about forestry, about bauxite, and tell you that these are sectors also that has an enormous future ahead of them.
What about solar power?
Oh yeah, and sustainable energy is very important. If you're going to develop a thriving manufacturing sector, then that sector requires cheaper energy and sustainable energy. And that is why we're using hydropower. We had a hydropower project, and we're going to pursue that.
Oh yes, because I know that was
yes.
The Amelia project,
yes.
was it called?
The whole idea is to bring down the cost of energy. Once we bring down the cost of energy with oil and gas, natural gas, and agricultural sector that is mega and dynamic, you know what you're talking about? Agro-processing, right? You're talking about a country that will be, the economy will be so diversified that you can withstand shock in any single sector. Look at many oil and gas countries. Look at Trinidad and Tobago, our neighbor. They depended solely on oil, heavily on oil. They got rich in oil, but to sustain it becomes a problem. Your economy is like a building. There has to be a foundation that can withstand shocks and shake. So if the left side or the right side or the center is hit, some other pillar will take some of the weight off. So the governance of oil and gas is an important issue for many people. And we have made it very clear that the political arm, politicians are going to take a arm's length approach from the institutional mechanism, like the Petroleum Commission. You have to get professionals to manage these commissions.
I was going to say, let's talk about the education system a little bit. Is the government going to put in programs to educate the people of Guyana to learn about these jobs?
Oh yeah, we listen. We had, when we were in government, we had 1,000 young people who went to become doctors through an arrangement we had with Cuba. We're going to expand that.
That's talking about medicine, but I'm talking about actual engineers.
No. I'm not.
Right?
I'm just saying. I'm giving you an example of what we did.
Okay.
So if the future is oil and gas, we have to bring together the brightest minds we have in oil and gas, young especially, and provide the necessary training, retool them, reskill them, in
Would you
specialized
not say
areas.
that that's a program that should have already started, considering that oil has been found? I mean, by the time jobs are needed, you're needing to employ people, you're gonna have to educate them.
Well,
right?
well, there's a misconception in oil and gas too. Where are the jobs going to be created, and how are the jobs going to be created? There's specialized areas on the rigs and so on, but oil and gas opens up opportunity for many other businesses, upstream or downstream, and it is how you create the multifaceted skill set to benefit from the upstream, downstream, and the type of sectors that will grow as a result of oil and gas. If you have enough natural gas, you can look at plants that can provide fertilizer plants and so on, you know. But it all depends on how much there is. So it's not only trading for oil and gas, it's looking at the whole economy and how the whole economy is going to benefit. Which are the sectors that are going to emerge, and how do we trade for those sectors? Listen, you will need about 4 new hotels. Now, we don't have a hospitality school to get people equipped to work in the services sector. It's a different level of service you have to offer. Government services, efficiency level, and so on are things that you have to come up to speed with very quickly, and that is why we have to make a leapfrog, a big jump into the use of ICT. Right?
What is ICT?
Information communication technology.
Okay.
Now this can't be as a baby step. This gotta be a long jump, right? Because of where we are to where we have to be, and for e-governance, e-healthcare, e-education, e-security.
You mentioned
right?
healthcare.
Yeah.
I know there was a project for a specialty hospital.
I have to be careful how I mention sectors, so you jump on them.
I jump on everything, right? But tell me about the specialty hospital, because my mom is a remigrant. She's actually a heart patient, and every time she has an issue, she comes to New York.
Right. You recall that we had the specialty hospital on the cards when we were in a one-seat minority government, and the government cut it out of the budget, and now we are suffering. But
is this something that you'll put back into place?
Yes, of course, but more than that, the last 4 years we have regressed so much in healthcare that we now have to refix the primary healthcare completely again. The drug system, the shortages, procurement system, all of these things we have to address, and especially so you have to have proper functioning primary healthcare system, efficiently managed, efficiently run. And then you have to have the specialized care. The specialized care has to be linked to not only take care of Guyana, but look at this as an industry by itself. Because ICT and health services and educational services in the modern world is an important export commodity, because you can earn foreign currency and export earning from these services. So traditionally, you will say, "Oh, we earn export resources from rice and sugar," but education today is the mainstay of many economies. You have offshore schools and so on. Using ICT will create new export-oriented industries from a services perspective. So yes, the short answer, the specialty hospital is on the cards. The reopening of the sugar estate is a must very early. The reinstatement of social welfare benefits to single parents, to women, to children that were taken away, transportation grant, uniform grant, definitely immediately on the cards. Creation of mega farms, 50,000 new jobs. So the future is bright. We're in the process of completing our manifesto now. So any idea you have, you can share it with us.
Oh, I would.
It's very easy. You can go online to our page, our Facebook page, our website, and just share the ideas with us, because we have expanded the network or the reach for the creation of the manifesto to have it more inclusive, include more views, people who are pro and against you, so that it's more reflective of a national perspective on how things should be and the economy.
Wonderful. Well, viewers, we are here with Mr. Irfan Ali. Again, the PPP choice for presidential candidate for Guyana. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to ask him a few more questions.
Reliant Tax and Business Solutions is a full-service tax preparation and accounting firm staffed with CPAs, enrolled agents, and attorney for all your legal matters. Need your refund in a hurry? We offer refund in advance loan. Walk in with your W-2 and walk out with a check. Our tax law expert resolve your tax problems as we offer tax settlement options. Going through financial hardship? We offer loan modifications, short sales, and bankruptcy. Reliant is open 7 days a week. Visit our office at 107-05 Rockaway Boulevard, Ozone Park, New York 11417. Or visit us on the web, www.relianttaxes.com.
Planning a special event? Then visit us at Heavenly Flowers at one of our locations in Nassau or Suffolk County. Sit with our experts for a free consultation to plan a beautiful creation for your occasion. At Heavenly Flowers, we promise to deliver our most stunning, divine, and fresh flowers available. We plan and ensure your anniversary, birthday, wedding, or any special event is as elegant and as perfect as possible. Visit us today to make your occasion heavenly.
Hi, I'm Dr. Priya, and welcome to Precious Smiles Medical Care, a wonderful place to make sure that all of your child's medical care needs are met. We take care of kids as young as newborns all the way up until their adolescent years till they turn 18. We provide in-house vaccines and in-house lab facilities so that you don't have to take them anywhere else. So come in, let us be your partners in care, at Precious Smiles Medical Care, where every kid leaves with a smile.
Well, viewers, we are back here with Mr. Irfan Ali, who is the PPP presidential candidate for Guyana. Elections are coming in March. Number one question, why should people vote for you?
Well, first of all, let me rephrase that. Irfan Ali is part of a team.
Yes.
A team with a rich history and tradition. That is the People's Progressive Party. And I would want people out there to vote for the People's Progressive Party. You're voting for our party that present one of the best collection of talent, a team that is capable, is competent, is ready, is fit and proper, to steal their word, to manage the affairs of our country, a team that is people-oriented, and a party that has the national interest at its heart. So Irfan Ali is a proud member of that team, a humble member of that team, and together as a team, we will win this.
Wonderful. Last month we actually interviewed Mr. Anil Nandalal, who had announced that he would be running for president.
Yeah.
We also know that Frank Anthony was
Right.
also up there for a choice as well. How did you feel when you were selected out of, two men that are senior to you? It must have been a proud moment for you, I would say.
First of all, let me say that Comrade Gail Teixeira, Frank Anthony, Vindhya Prasad, and Anil Nandalal are all exceptional comrades. They are comrades who I love, I have tremendous respect for. We are one team. We are one vision, one goal, and we must all put our hats off to them. All of them are deserving. The leadership had a confidence in me in the election. I don't see this as an individual achievement. I see this as a collective achievement. All of us will be part of that team. I mean, only one person can emerge, fortunately or unfortunately. But I think myself and Anil got into the leadership of the party together at the same time. So,
And how has he been to you? Is he very supportive?
we are we're in the leadership at the same time. Frank came in after us in the leadership of the party. So very supportive. He's my lawyer. So we're comrades. We are these guys are very talented, and girls. they provide great inspiration. So there's nothing there that is inhibitive to our continued great relationship in the future.
I have to say, I love that you use the term team all the time.
Right.
It's always very important to be a team player.
Yeah.
And once you know that you're part of a bigger vision, then that's when you will rise, and that's when you become more humble. And that's what people want to see. They want to see a person who is confident yet humble, but really cares and can work well with others. When we look at, parties, whether it be APNU, AFC, PPP, the most important thing is working together for the benefit of the people.
Right.
So, Mr. Ali, tell me, what do you say to critics who are accusing you of just being a puppet to former President Barra Jagdeo?
Well, let me say, let's put this in context first of all. I think Guyana, the Caribbean, must be thankful for former President Barra Jagdeo. He's an internationally recognized man.
Of course.
He does not need reconfirmation from any quarters to the type of leadership he's provided for Guyana and for the region. He's exceptional, and we in the PPP must be grateful and thankful that we have such an exceptional asset at our disposal as the leader, the General Secretary of the party. And that is something I am very thankful for. He has played an instrumental role in crafting a lot of what I've become. Every generation has someone they look up to. Dr. Jagan, we grew up with him. And it's very good that the PPP has someone who generations to come will look up to and say, hey, Barra Jagdeo inspired me. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Who inspired you?
Well, my inspiration started a long time ago. As a child, I had different persons inspiring me. My parents inspired me. Dr. Jagdeo inspired me. Dr. Chelly Jagan inspired me. So different people, different phases of your life. Maybe when you're younger and some star from some star would inspire you. So it depends on phase and what you're doing at what point of time. One time I thought I would become a great cricketer, and I always used to admire. I never missed an innings from Ramire Sarwan, so I just love the way he batted. So
Love to know that about you.
you latch me, you run a business. If you have one of your staff who is a great asset, would you not utilize that asset to the best?
Of course, I would mold them, train them
Exactly, and you want that asset to perform always for you.
better.
You wouldn't want to lose that asset. So Barra Jagdeo is an asset
Very fortunate. Let me ask you.
that will be utilized, that would play a very integral part because he's an asset and you have to utilize your
I
asset.
would definitely think it's a benefit for you.
Yes.
I would be very happy if someone like that took me under their wing.
Right.
It's a benefit. What do you think is going to be your biggest challenge as president?
Well, the biggest challenge provides the best opportunities. It is challenges that define us as individuals, how you handle challenges. Some people duck and run from challenges. Some people ignore challenges. Some people succumb to challenges. But it is how you manage challenges that define you as an individual. And Irfan Ali is not a know-it-all. Irfan Ali will be part of a team. And as a president, you have to be able to be advised properly, because definitely there will be areas of responsibility that you require that advice. So the greatest challenge I think ahead would be to overcome, the negativity in society, to create a positive outlook in the minds of people. Because of the sense of hopelessness that exists now as a result of the last 4 years, there's a lot of there's a loss of energy in the society and the economy. And you have to spend a lot of time to reignite that energy in the not only in the economy, but in the psychological makeup of the population. Listen, we have hope. We see a better Guyana. We see ourselves as part of this better Guyana. And we have to do this. We have to get it done. And many countries are able to do this, you know. Some countries, I will not name them, in the region, may have high crime. But when you talk to them, they're the proudest every citizen is very proud to be a citizen of that country.
Sure.
Right? So it is this sense of belonging.
The race card has played such a huge impact in Guyana, whether it's, you know, the Indians against the blacks or vice versa, the blacks against the Indians. Do you see this changing?
Of course, it has to change.
Has to. Everyone says this. It has to. Do you really see
the
it
future?
changing?
Oh, of course. Listen, you have to have social justice and economic justice that lends its way to political justice. For this to fix, people must feel empowered, a sense of belongingness. They must feel a part of the development paradigm. They must feel they must trust each other, and it can be fixed by just talking. You have to provide the opportunity, create the environment that would allow persons to develop in their personal aspirations. Unless you don't feel fulfilled personally, it's very difficult for you to reach out to somebody else and make them feel fulfilled. So we have to get everybody in this melting pot and create opportunities for everyone. And you know, the PPP was shifting this country into that direction. There was some serious misstep in the last 4 years by this government. Statements I would not want to go over on this question, because it would not do us any good.
To talk about that.
So at some point we have to shake off the wear and tear of the past and focus on a set of values and principles that will take us into the future. There are many examples out there as to how it was done, but I'm saying that it is targeted effort, strategies and policies that will drive this new direction.
I mean, for years we see, you know, PPP it's the Indian party, and APNU is the black party.
That is changing. The face of the party is changing to the PPP. You will see this reflective in the elections coming up.
What do you promise the people of Guyana?
I promise the people of Guyana to be committed to their interests. I promise them hard work. I promise them dedication. I promise them to be loyal to the promises we will make in the manifesto. And I promise them a team, a PPP team, that would ensure a better standard of life for them, their families, and a better Guyana for all of us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Leslie.
Good luck.
And
I hope the next time you come to Let's Talk with Lakshmi, you'll be the president of Guyana.
And it was a great privilege and pleasure to be here, and I thank you sincerely for your time. I'm Mohammed Irfan Ali. I'm the presidential candidate of the People's Progressive Party, and we present to you a platform, a team that is committed to the improvement of your lives, that is committed to the betterment of Guyana, creating an environment in which all of us feel safe, an environment in which all of us feel that we belong and we have ownership in what takes place, and creating an environment in which the rule of law takes precedence over everything else, and one in which our aspirations as a people will be realized.
Reliant Tax and Business Solutions is a full-service tax preparation and accounting firm staffed with CPAs, enrolled agents, and attorneys for all of your legal matters. Need your refund in a hurry? With a refund advance loan, walk in with your W-2 and walk out with a check. Going through financial hardship? We offer loan modifications, short sales, and bankruptcy. Reliant is open 7 days a week. Visit our office at 107-05 Rockaway Boulevard, Queens, New York, and visit us on the web at ReliantTaxes.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Priya, and welcome to Precious Smiles Medical Care, a wonderful place to make sure that all of your child's medical care needs are met. We take care of kids as young as newborns all the way up until their adolescent years till they turn 18. We provide in-house vaccines and in-house lab facilities so that you don't have to take them anywhere else. So come in, let us be your partners in care, a Precious Smiles Medical Care, where every kid leaves with a smile.
At Better Vision Optical, we know you love what you see. Come in and look for that perfect fit for your fashion, style, and budget. We have new frames at affordable prices to have you looking your best. Shop designer name brands like Burberry, Coach, and Gucci. We also have a wide variety of sunglasses like Versace and Ray-Ban. Visit our store at 11117 Lefferts Boulevard, Queens, New York for friendly, personal service, or shop online at buyeyeglass.com. Better Vision Optical, we make you see the difference. When looking at places that cares for the elderly, My Indian Nursing Home is that perfect place. We provide a clean and safe family environment with culturally experienced and qualified medical staff on site, such as doctors, nurses, physical therapists, and cooks. All of our residents can celebrate cultural festivities and have access to recreational programs with Indian TV, music, live shows, entertainment, and so much more. For the perfect place for comfort, culture, and care, bring your parents to My Indian Nursing Home, a home away from home. Planning a special event? Then visit us at Heavenly Flowers at one of our locations in Nassau or Suffolk County. Sit with our experts for a free consultation to plan a beautiful creation for your occasion. At Heavenly Flowers, we promise to deliver our most stunning, divine, and fresh flowers available. We plan and ensure your anniversary, birthday, wedding, or any special event is as elegant and as perfect as possible. Visit us today to make your occasion heavenly.